So the news, hey man, I got some new news, man. And I'm gonna tell you, hopefully I'm right, but I do trust where I got it from. A neighbor of mine, so to start it off, a neighbor of mine, he walked up on me, you know what I'm saying, my neighbors don't really bother me. Like they know me, they know of me. They just I mind my business, I'm quiet. I don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I know a couple of my neighbors, and one of my neighbors is a construction worker, and what he does is he builds, I guess the government's funded these new, like the medical facilities and the prisons where, they do the pill call, like where they got their own pharmacy there now. You know what I'm saying? They hold their own pharmacy, and he helps build those type of facilities inside the prison. Well, he was Bill, he knows people that worked at the Tehachapi because he built the one up there, and he know a couple COs up there. And he went and put his dogs up and came back. I was just smoking. I'm on the phone, man. I'm just in front of my house. I'm just chilling. And he came back because I'm always cool with him. But long story short, he was just like, hey. And he broke it down to me. He was like, man, I know a couple COs that are up there. And he even showed me like the text. He showed me like this man work a regular blue collar job. Like he don't be on no bullshit at all. And he was just like, hey, that people keep trying to say about Tory is really not true. And he said what Tory got stabbed over was a cell phone. Y'all following me here? I don't know if this made it out just yet because I haven't heard nothing about it, but I really feel like this man's from up there. He's from up from Bakersfield, in the Grapevine, Tehachapi area, all that shit. So, and he showed me like some of his people that was COs. He was like, they were posting about it and what had really happened. And I feel like it's going to come out soon that Tory, man, he got stabbed over a cell phone. Real shit. By a Mexican cat. And allegedly what the story was is that Tory was allowing the SA cat to use his phone to talk to his girl. Well, Tory got kind of tired of it and told him, hey man, your girl can't keep calling my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want him using his cell phone no more, allegedly. So I don't say anybody got a cell phone or don't. Hey, it is what it is. But so I guess he had a cell phone, something of some sort that Buddy was using to talk to his girl. And I guess Tory told him, hey, you can't use my phone no more, or you need to tell your girl to stop calling my phone. And Buddy took that shit, some real disrespect, and got with him. I'm telling y'all right now, you'll eventually hear this shit come out. That's what he got stabbed over, was a cell phone. I feel like I told some bullshit because I had the conspiracy kind of going and I already cut the content of, well, what if that shit has something to do with, just the Meg Thee Stallion, the new reports of him, the bodyguard, security guard wanting to come out talking about an innocent man being in jail, all the shit, his lawyers was talking about. I'm like, damn, well, maybe this shit kind of runs hand in hand. That shit was complete bullshit. Said it had nothing to do with that. And that shit was like just on some in-house shit. Pretty much. He got stabbed over a cell phone. Old boy was using that nigga's cell phone to talk to his girl. And I guess Tory tried to put a stop to it and said, I don't know what he said per se to make the get off on him how many times or whatever he did to him, but obviously it wasn't good. And that's what pretty much took place. Y'all see, it was over a cell phone. It's prison politics, homie. Y'all got to remember, see, and that's what Buddy put me on the game on, right? He said that facility used to be a shoe yard. He said they changed it over to where they be putting snitches and shit at. So that jail ain't even really like that. Like it's really meant for snitches and shit, like dropouts, is what he was telling me. He said that prison is now built in the Tehachapi area where that nigga's at. That shit is built for dropouts and snitches. I'm just telling y'all the real. I ain't never been up there. Nothing. This just was told. I got some info about it. I just felt like I would share it with y'all. It's not that up there. It used to be a shoe program. And I guess, they turned it around to where they made it like a dropout type of, snitch yard. Prison, rather. But say the boy got stabbed, man. over a cell phone. Because old boy was using it to call his girl. And I guess Tory wasn't feeling it no more. And you know, you got to think about it. Sometimes them be the only lifeline. You know what I'm saying? Especially like people want to say it's prison politics or like racial movements in there. That don't matter when you got snitches and dropouts up in the prison, homie. You might as well go ahead and drop that hard persona or playing that politic persona because it don't even matter for you no more. So to see him doing that with an essay, it's not really unheard of. He's in a place where it's not really supposed to be cracking like that. I'm just telling y'all the real, bro. Like, if I'm wrong, that's cool. Hey, my neighbor, he real cool with me. And I could tell he been wanting to try to do me a favor. So when he came up and he was like, man, I used to build them facilities over there, the pharmacies in the prisons. He's the one that told me, he said it used to be a shoe program. He said the shit turned over straight snitches and dropouts. He was like, and I still know one of the COs up there. He was like, 'cause I follow him on the gram. He was like, and was talking about it. And he said, I hollered at him about it. And there's a couple people that said, hey, that shit's true. It was all over a cell phone. Wasn't even over no Meg the Stallion shit, no nothing. It was all inside just everyday prison shit. Yeah, at the end of the day, agreed. I'm with you on that, Gigs. At the end of the day, it's a PC yard. It's like, it's not, don't got no general pop, nothing of anything. This is all snitches. This is a prison dedicated to dropouts, snitches, just that can't go to regular program. You know what I'm saying? Go to regular programming. So, and it seems like that's where Tory was at. So it's like, damn, nigga, you up in there getting into it with them. What the f going on? Let the talk to his bitch. You balling. You and I both, Tory, you and I both know, and I pray for you for a speedy recovery, by the way. But you and I both know, bro, it wouldn't have hurt for you to let that nigga talk to his real quick, homie. That's probably the only lifeline that nigga had. You already own. Because just to keep it a band, you would have kept letting that use your cell phone. You wouldn't have had to probably ever say anything if you would have got into it with somebody. Would have went and poked them up 14 times for you. You got to learn leverage. You got to learn leverage, bruh. That's real shit. Whether you in a county jail, whether you in a prison, federal prison, wherever you at, dog, camp, you got to learn leverage, dog. You cannot sit there and just be like, man, fuck that, unless you ready to trip with that nigga. That's all I'm saying. You better learn leverage up in there. That nigga would have remembered you for that. And if he don't, well, fuck it. At least he'll still respect you. Tell the next nigga, nah, he a real dude, man. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? You never know how that would have played out, but you was tripping on him thinking that you had something cracking that you probably didn't. Bro, you not in the right jail for that. There's over there that done crossed on some real shit in real life. That's why they're over there and they're in PC and it's not even a shoe anymore, homie. That shit was built for some real shit. And they changed it around. They just put a bunch of snitches and bullshit over there. You over there playing with people that, bro, they're not really riding by prison politics. They're just locked up and waiting to get the f back out. Should let the use the phone, bruh. What the f going on? But I feel like it'll come out eventually of what it really was over. But I just thought I would, drop it to y'all a little early. I knew some people that, knew some people, and he thought he would drop me the game on it. So I was like, and I could tell he ain't playing because he hadn't gotten his phone. I was like, bro, you ain't got to show me. He was like, nah, look. And damn it, it was some real COs that said, hey, man, it's not what people think. And they got stabbed over a cell phone. He wasn't letting bro talk to his chick. He wasn't letting the essay say nothing to his chick or whatever, because I guess he used his cell phone a couple times, and he told the boy, tell your chick to stop calling my phone, bro. Like, pretty much, you can't use my phone no more. And we don't know how it was said. We wasn't there for it, but even if it was vulgar, hey, bro, that shit still, there's still somewhere like, hey, you ain't just gonna punk me in front of everybody feeling, even if nobody gives a and you're on a PC yard and you're over there with snitches. Motherfucker ain't gonna give a fuck. I still gotta have some respect up in here. And even if we up in here with a bunch of snitches, rapists, and dropouts, hell, I'm still gonna gain my respect. Here you go. Here you go, bro. Real quick, like. But I'll tell you what, right? I look at it like this. When it comes to Tory and the whole situation with that, bruh, why act like you just a nobody when you in there? Or like niggas ain't gonna try to make an example out of you either. It just don't make no sense, man. Like, why not just let the use the phone? You got the leverage. You don't gotta worry about nothing. You keep the shit flashing. You act like it's a minute phone. You got a whole mother plan on that shit if you got one. Like, come on, man. Like, I just don't get it. I don't, Chad. I don't get it. That Mexican wasn't trying to lose that pack. I wasn't mad at him. Because I know certain situations. Why would he be so mad about that? Because that was that lifeline. And some of these know if they ain't talking to that ain't sending nothing. Especially when you in jail, bruh. You don't know what that man's situation was. You shouldn't have ever started letting him use your phone. I ain't saying you deserve to get poked up 14 times, but that shit was something you said. You must have played with him or said you was gonna do something to him, like just popping it at him, bro. Take that shit serious in there, dog. You should have learned that by now. Don't just talk about what you gonna do around it. You might as well just go ahead and get it off. Cause as soon as you said it, he went, hey, immediately, I gotta get a poker. All right, let me get this motherfucker sharp, cause this think I'm playing. This think I'm playing, bruh. Yeah, right. And he probably did it in front of niggas. Got to popping. Ass they said, hell no. That's why you never underestimate or just go talking super reckless. Yeah, it's cool to like stand your ground, but don't talk reckless. You never underestimate anybody. Even if you know you could whoop them, even though you know you could do this, that, hey man, keep it cool. And that's straight. I bet. Well, just do what you gonna do then. That's it. You ain't gotta be, man, fuck all that. I can only imagine. You know, Tory probably got on his Ashton Range, walking through the hall, knocking niggas down, trying to think they punking them out of their seats and shit to take prom pictures or high school pictures. This ain't that. I don't know who gave you your memo, church, but this ain't that. I really do hope you get to a speedy recovery, dog, and do your thing. But hopefully this was a learning lesson to you to not try to pull no bullshit like that, bro. Like, let that use a phone, so what? I just feel like celebrities, y'all and being high profile like that, y'all ain't got no business going through that shit. No way. Think I know how it is in that motherfucker. And for y'all, that shit really ain't for y'all. You high profile, oh my God. You playing a deadly game. No. Somebody said allegedly, like, you know, Tory was trying to holler at the SA's chick. You know, what I'm gonna call cap on is that. But what I will say is this, in somewhat of your defense. You know, the SA could have been thinking that Tory, even though Tory was probably like, man, you can't use my phone no more to talk to her or whatever. Like, man, you've been overstepping. In the SA mind, he probably like, well, what you trying to pop in my, you trying to get my bitch, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in jail. Let's go ahead and let's sum that up right now. If you didn't already have money or ways of making money while you're moving and doing whatever you need to do on the inside, you're not really, calls are everything. Phone calls are everything, homie. So when you kind of like give it, and especially they taking everything from in there, shit, you could barely have anything if you ain't hiding it, doing whatever you're doing. You're not really gonna have much if you don't get on the phone, get on the horn, and get somebody to send a couple hundred. Nah, phone lines is dangerous too, but we're not talking about it in that standpoint. This essay, you know what I'm saying, this Vato, he was probably really just trying to get on the phone. That's the only way. See, I want y'all to understand something for you fellas out there. You have to think about it, bro. Like, whether it was an essay, hey, Guatemala, whatever, bro. When we in jail, everybody stick with everybody of who they are. So we ain't gonna sit there and say, hey, man, Vato, he a Vato, bro. It's just what it is. He gonna ride with his people. At the end of the day, yeah, ain't no active members in the SNY yard. That's what that is. There ain't nothing going on but trying to get some bread. That's it. You take that away from a person. He's just trying to get on the phone, trying to talk to his bitch. That's his only lifeline. He trying to get $100 a month. That go a long way for a that ain't getting nothing. Don't got no hustle, no nothing, and just nothing. Just overall, like nothing even coming in where making sure he's still getting the pack on his books and just everything is okay, legitimately. None of that shit. He got to probably call the bitch that's been giving him a hard time already and trying to get her to go ahead and shoot some dough. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, he's trying to make, hey, that's probably the little $50, $60 he getting a month, 100, 500, whatever it is. He needed to talk to that bitch. And you telling him that he can't. And now in his mind, there's a lot of things going through his mind. Hey, you hating on me like a motherfucker. It was cool when you was letting me use a motherfucker in the beginning. They could put a restriction on it, cool. But, you know, being there, they do be pressing and talking crazy.